Hi everyone, Beulah Scott, occupational therapist.
And Mike, the physical therapist.
And today we're going to talk about how to use a cane. And in our previous video, we spoke about setting up the various assistive devices. But today we want to focus more on how to use a cane and when is it needed, depending on the diagnosis and stuff like that, when you would really be prescribed a cane. And Michael, you're gonna go ahead and first probably we need to just show how to set it up again.
Well, I don't show the different kinds of canes here.
Okay.
It has a bottom on it, but it's still considered, it's called a straight cane or a single point cane. And Beulah here has two of them also.
Yeah, and these are actually fashionable canes because they're in these pretty little colors that you could use to coordinate. A lot of times, we have our patients that really don't want to use a cane because it doesn't look too fashionable. But they have them now where you can actually buy in different colors, different patterns on them.
And
so it blends with your fashion.
They come with different things, flashlights. It has a little button you can turn a flashlight on if you use it at night going to the bathroom. I think they even have some that might have a knife with them, but I don't know that for sure. So I've heard rumors.
Yeah, well, if you're a fashionista, they definitely have different ones that you could get that could match your different outfits. So that's just my little fashion tip over there.
The next one is, call it this small base quad cane. It's got 4 different areas that contact the ground. Like I said, this one's a small base one. We don't have one with us, but they have what's called a large base quad cane that it sticks out further, and it's a lot more, this is more sturdy than the single point cane, and the large base quad cane is even more supportive than this one is.
Yeah, so if this one is not maintaining your balance and you're still having difficulty with this one, then we would do the larger base cane, right? So
yeah, it's the single point canes are generally used when you have some balance deficits or some mild, say, knee pain on one side of your body or the other. But you have to, with the straight cane, the single point cane, you have to be able to bear most of your weight, 90% or more of your weight, through both of your legs, because it's not sturdy enough to put the pressure through the cane and maintain your balance. If you're only can put 80% of your weight through a leg, or your balance is so that you need something to push on to walk, then you need one of the quad canes for that. And even then, I would really talk to a therapist, because to find out if the quad cane is better than a walker for you, because safety is the most important thing when your balance is off. So
yeah, to make sure that you are actually getting the right cane, you want to make sure that the one that you're choosing is going to give you that support that is needed and prevent you from falling, keeping your balance, keeping you upright.
Exactly.
So let's see, you're going to go ahead and we demonstrate exactly then how to use them and when to use them.
Yep, well, let's adjust it here. This one in your left hand here.
Okay.
Let's see. It's a little short. It needs to be at the spot where the wrist has a little bone there, and this one's short by 1 click, it looks like. So they generally have a loosening device here, and then you have a click that holds it in place, so you would click it 1 notch shorter, and then tighten this back up here, and I made it shorter. I went the wrong way. That wasn't too bright, was it?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think you've got to go 2 more there.
Yep. There we go.
Let's see.
Okay. There we go. Now we got it. The top of this is right at the wrist level here. Okay. So then when she walks, her arm's slightly bent when it's next to her when she's holding on. Okay. Now that we got that set up,
let me put that there. Oh, we lost that one.
That's the bad thing about straight canes. So if you're just having balance problems, some slight balance problems, you can use the cane in either hand, whichever is more comfortable, okay? If you're having knee pain or knee problems, it's generally way more beneficial and more advisable to have it in the opposite side. So if it's, say, her left leg, say she has left knee pain and her knee buckles on her occasionally, so you would want to hold it in the right side like this. And people ask, that doesn't make sense. It seems like you could lean on it more if you have it on the same side. But what that does is it causes, when you're on that knee, to have a very small base of support at the bottom. So it's not helping your balance very much. When it's in the opposite hand and you take a step, the base of support is 3 times wider, so you have more balance assistance from the device.
But also it gives you a really poor gait pattern. Your walking pattern is not typical. That's typically not how we walk, you know.
Yeah, your opposite arm swings forward, like your left leg and your right arm swing forward when you're walking. So it's opposite, so you want the cane to do the same thing as you do that. So, okay, so why don't you show them here?
Okay, so it's my left leg, and then I have the cane in my right side. If I just go and take off.
There you go. Perfect. Now we don't have a lot of room here to show a lot of walking. But yeah. So
but let me do it forward, so it would be.
So.
Okay. And so with that one, would you do the same? I mean, let's tell them whether you do the same kind of pattern when you're walking with that 4-pronged cane?
Absolutely. And they are set up with a short side and a side that goes out further. Okay, so this one, the short side wants to be the side closest to your body. So in this case, it's set up for my left arm. So when I would walk with the 4-point cane, it would be the same exact pattern of walking that you do with the single point cane.
But this one here, though, you got to make sure that the side that is alongside your body is that part and not this.
As I said, this goes against your body, but this will change sides also, and I can make it set up where it would go on the right side,
opposite side,
like this. Tighten back up again, and then it's ready for the other hand.
And once again, is your left leg would be the affected leg, and that would be the other side that you have a cane. What I found out too, a lot of times when you want to train people with the cane, that sometimes if you have to try and give them an instruction of, okay, left leg and then cane and then right leg, that sometimes it's a little difficult for some people to do the instruction. So just telling them, okay, go ahead, here's the cane, it's on the right side and your affected side's the left. Go ahead and get up and walk. And then usually it's almost an automatic thing that will happen where they will go ahead and walk naturally. But sometimes if you're trying to explain to them and say left leg and then the cane, it gets a little confusing.
Yeah, it'll confuse them, and they start thinking about it with every step that they make. And then that makes it where they're not swinging their arms, they're not doing the natural thing. It's okay if you make a mistake when you're walking, because you're going to be taking another step in just a second. So it's okay if you make a mistake. Just keep going, do what feels natural. That's the best way to learn how to use it.
Swing will automatically come. And I know you mentioned that, you know, if somebody's having knee pain and then they put it on the other side, but also when you have it on that side, it still takes that pressure off that knee. You know, even while you're walking, it still takes that pressure off that knee when you push into that hand over there.
Absolutely. And
so
it'll take the same amount of pressure off. It gives you a wider base of support. It makes things, you know, when you're using it on the same side like this, it changes your gait, it changes your back structure, so you can cause yourself hip pain and low back pain by doing it on the wrong side.
Even the shoulder pain, because you're pushing into that side, so you see how it elevates that shoulder, so you can start having multiple other problems because you don't have that good posture using it in that way. So I think that covers pretty much how to use a cane.
I do want to make one. We talked about balance issues, and the one thing I wanted to talk about specifically is peripheral neuropathy. There's a lot of people that have peripheral neuropathy. That's it affects your feet, and your feet don't speak to your brain through the nervous system like they're supposed to. So walking on unlevel surfaces, walking in dark areas where you can't see the floor, it's very dangerous for those type of people. But just using a cane that you touch down slightly when you're walking, that sends a signal to your brain that tells your brain where the floor is, and it can generally improve your balance immediately 70 or 80% just by using a cane and slightly touching it down. So that's a big one that I recommend canes for.
And like we always say, you know, you'd look better with a cane in your hand versus on the floor, you know. So it is, you know, beneficial to really use the assistive device if you need it. The other thing is some people, you know, I forgot to mention that a little earlier, is some people actually have the cane, we see them, but they are carrying it and just, you know, using it. If you have a cane, use it for that purpose.
Touch it down.
Touch it down and utilize it versus carrying, because now you have one more thing to put you off balance if you're carrying it. So it's extremely important to use the cane if you have it. I think that covers everything that we...
yeah, I can't think of anything else to throw out there.
You sure? You always have a lot to say.
Yeah, I see. No, I'm out of words now.
No, I think that's me.
Oh. I wasn't going to say anything.
You weren't really. Anyway, if you enjoy our videos and you think they're beneficial and useful, go to YouTube and press the subscribe button, hit that notification button, and also go to Facebook and share our videos with family and friends, and also like our videos. If there's anything that you'd like us to talk about, put it in the comment section and we'll try to talk about it, right?
Absolutely.
Yep, if we know. Or we'll find out, right,
yes,
about it, and we'll get to know
it.
about it. Okay, thank you for listening, and till next week, we will talk to you later.